not a shark? Well, that's good to hear. Oh my goodness, you look wonderful. Well, thank you for visiting me. How can I help you today? A story? Oh, I'd be delighted to tell you a story. My story? Well, I'm afraid it's not a very good story. You'd like to hear it in any way? Well, who am I to say no then? Let's see. My book should be around here somewhere. There it is! Oh my goodness, have you ever seen something so amazing in your whole entire life? I love books. They're simply delightful. I learned everything I know about humans from books. Okay, well, without further ado, let's start. Deep under the sea, the merfolk and sea creatures hurried to King Triton's glittering palace. His youngest daughter, Ariel, was making her musical debut in a special concert, and no one wanted to miss a single note. King Triton arrived as everyone gathered in the great hall. Sebastian, the court composer, tapped his baton, and the orchestra began to play. But when it was time for my solo, I wasn't there. Where was I, guys? I had forgotten all about the concert. I was far away, exploring a sunken ship. I was fascinated by everything made by humans. Isn't it fantastic? I asked my friend Flounder. Flounder nervously followed me into the ship. Have you ever seen anything so wonderful in your entire life? I said, picking up a silver fork. Yeah, it's great, said Flounder. Now, let's get out of here. I think I saw a shark. We swam to the surface to find Scuttle, a seagull who claimed to know all about the human world. Scuttle examined the fork. This is a dinglehopper, he said. Humans use these babies to comb their hair. Suddenly, I remembered the concert. My father's going to kill me, I said, turning to swim for home. In the cavern, Ursula, the sea witch, was using magic to watch me from far. She may be the key to Triton's downfall, Ursula said with an evil smile. King Triton was furious to learn that I had missed the concert because I had gone to the surface. He believed humans were dangerous. You are never to go to the surface again, he said. Worried, the king asked Sebastian to follow me. The crowd watched me sneaking into a hidden grotto and was shocked to see it was filled with treasures. Sebastian heard me tell Flounder how much I longed to be part of the human world. I mean, look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything? Look at this trove, treasures untold. How many wonders can one cavern hold? Looking around here, you think, sure, she's got everything. I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I've got who's its and what's its galore. You want thingamabobs? I got 20. But who cares? No big deal. I want more. I wanna be where the people are. I wanna see him dancing, walking around on those, what do you call them again? Oh, beats. Flipping your fins, you don't get too far. Legs are required for jumping and dancing, strolling along down that, what's the word again? Street, up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world. I wished I could be part of your world. Sebastian tried to remind me that life under the sea was wonderful, but I wasn't listening. Before he could stop me, I swam to the surface again to watch a ship sailing past. Peeking over the side of the boat, I caught sight of Prince Eric. He was smiling, and his guardian, Sir Grimsby, unveiled a statue of the prince. I couldn't stop staring at the prince. "He's very handsome, isn't he?" I said to Scuttle. Suddenly, storm clouds gathered in the sky from nowhere. Huge waves began to roll the ship from side to side, when a bolt of lightning hit the ship and the sail burst into flames. Thunder roared as huge waves swept Eric from the deck and tossed him into the sea. "Is he going to be okay, guys?" Yes, because quickly I dived under the waves and grasped the unconscious prince, struggling against a fierce current. I pulled him towards the shore. While Scuttle listened for a heartbeat, I sang to Eric in a clear, sweet voice. He began to wake, but the sound of humans approaching made me dive back into the sea. Eric caught just a glimpse of my face, and as I left, but my voice echoed in his memory. Back at home the next day, I swam around in a daze, plucking sea flowers and humming softly. Even King Triton noticed my strange behavior. I was in love, and all I could think about was being on land and being with Prince Eric. When questioned by King Triton, Sebastian blurted out that I was in love with a human. "A human?" my father roared. He demanded to be led to my secret grotto. He watched as his love-struck daughter sang to the statue of Eric that had fallen from the ship. Furious, Triton burst in. "Contact between the human world and the mer world is strictly forbidden," he told me. "But Daddy, I love him," I said. Raging, Triton raised his trident. A blaze of fire shattered Eric's statue, destroying it and every one of my treasures. I was terribly sad about that. As I sobbed among the ruins of my grotto, Flotsam and Jetsam, Ursula's pet eels, slithered out from the shadows. "Poor, sweet child," they hissed. "The sea witch can help you." Although I was frightened, I followed the eels to Ursula's cabin. "Come in," said the sea witch with a wicked grin. Ursula offered to make my dreams come true by using magic to turn me into a human. But there was a price. I had to give up my voice. If Eric fell in love and kissed me before sunset on the third day, she could stay human forever. If not, Ursula said, "You'll turn back into a mermaid, and you'll belong to me." Frightened, but determined, I agreed, signing the glowing contract. "Now sing," Ursula commanded. I sang, as my beautiful voice flowed from me, and Ursula captured it in her sea. Look at that! I have human legs! So, Eric assumed that I had been in a shipwreck. So, he took me back to the palace, where everyone treated me very kindly. At the dinner table, Sir Grimsby and Eric watched me comb my hair with a fork. Grimsby was surprised, but Eric thought I was very charming. The next day, Prince Eric gave me a tour of his kingdom. I smelled flowers, tasted human food, and danced for the first time. Eric's world was wonderful, and I was so happy to be part of it. But he still had not kissed me, and there was only one day left. At the sunset, Eric took me rowing on a lagoon. While we floated, Sebastian, with the help from other creatures, orchestrated a love song. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, my oh my, it looked like the boy's too shy and gonna kiss the girl. Prince Eric smiled, gazing at me. He leaned in, and our lips were almost touching when, splash! Flotsam and Jetsam tipped the boat, topping both of us into the water. Watching from her cavern, Ursula frowned. That was too close, she said. It's time I took things into my own hands. Using her evil magic, Ursula transformed into a beautiful young woman named Vanessa. Round her neck was the shell that held Ariel's voice. Triton's daughter will be mine, she said, with a nasty laugh. Then I'll see him squirm as a worm on a hook. At the palace, Eric was gazing at the stars from his balcony. He wondered if he'd ever find that mysterious girl with the beautiful voice. Looking down, he saw Vanessa walking along the beach and singing, "With my voice." Instantly, he fell under her spell. The next morning, Scuttle flew into my room with exciting news. "We did it," the girl said. "Eric's getting married today." My heart filled with joy until I went outside and heard Eric announce his marriage to Vanessa. "The marriage ship departs at sunset," he told Grimsby in a dull voice. I watched Eric and Vanessa board the ship. My heart ached. I had lost my true love, and now I would never escape Ursula's clutches. Once the ship set sail, Ursula gloated happily her plan was working, and soon she would rule the seas. The sea witch didn't notice that Scuttle was peeking through a porthole or hear his gasp when he saw her true reflection in the mirror. Scuttle flew back to tell me right away. "I saw the witch watching the mirror," Scuttle said. "The prince is marrying the sea witch Ursula. She is in disguise." They had to stop the wedding. I clung to a barrel while Flounder towed me towards the boat. Sebastian raced to find King Triton, but the sun was going down. The wedding was underway when we arrived, and the ship... Eric stood in a trance, while Vanessa's eyes gleamed with triumph. She was certain she had won. But before the bride could say her vows, Scuttle came to the rescue, and he'd brought friends. Birds swooped down, pecking Vanessa and yanking her hair. Seals, starfish, and dolphins joined the attack too. "Get off me, you slimy!" Vanessa screamed at Scuttle and yanked the shell from her neck. The shell necklace flew through the air and shattered on the deck. My voice flowed back into me. "Eric!" I said at last. With the magic reversed, Eric was released from the sea witch's spell. "You're the one," he said, hearing my voice. "It was you all the time." But before he could kiss me, the sun sank beneath the horizon. "You're too late," Vanessa shouted, as I sank onto the deck and turned back into a mermaid. With a flash of magic, Vanessa changed back into Ursula and dragged me into the sea. "I'm not going to lose her again," said Ariel, and he dived into the water after me. Suddenly, King Triton arrived. "Let her go," he shouted. "She's mine now," said Ursula, showing him my contract. Of course I might be willing to make an exchange. Of course, to save his daughter, Triton agreed to take my place. Horrified, I watched as my father began to shrivel away. Ursula grew and grew, stirring the waves with the king's trident. She churned the water into a spinning whirlpool. "Now I am the ruler of all the ocean." "Say goodbye to your sweetheart," Ursula chuckled, aiming fiery bolts at Eric. But just then, an ancient sunken ship rose up through the churning whirlpool. Eric escaped the sea witch by scrambling aboard. Riding the monstrous waves, Eric steered the ship's jagged bow straight through Ursula's heart. With a howl, the sea witch disappeared beneath the waves. Her spell was broken. Her power had ended forever. King Triton was free at last, along with all the other poor souls that Ursula had tricked. Everyone was glad the sea witch had been defeated, but I felt a little sad. I was a mermaid once again, and Eric would always be human. King Triton watched me gaze longingly towards the shore. He could see that my heart would always be with Eric. With a sigh, he touched his trident to the water. And I became human once again. King Triton smiled tenderly as he watched me reunite with Prince Eric. He was my one true love. All of my friends and family cheered as we got wed. At last, I was part of the human world I loved, and I would live happily ever after. Thanks so much for listening to my story, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Now remember that if you want me to call you or maybe send a personalized message, please feel free to contact my fairy godmother, Princess Maggie, on our Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, or YouTube channels. You can be sure to hear from us very soon if you do. Thanks so much for listening. Have a magical day, starfish.